Hey, just a warning, you're about to watch a video about growing plants.
Highigan fam, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since our last grow video and we have a ton going on right now. Let's catch you up on where the current grows are at, what's going on with us, the channel, and what's coming up.
But first, we want to let you know that our Instagram page got deleted again.
It's so disheartening and frustrating that social media continues to demonize a plant that helps so many people around the world.
So if you don't want to miss out and want to keep getting Highigan, please make sure to follow our new page, Highigan.official on Instagram.
Now sit back, spark one up, and let's get high again.
We recently finished the Lord of the Lemons community grow. It was such a fun grow, and the plants turned out stellar, and it looks like all of your guys in the community who grew along with us did too. It was all about lemon and citrus terp phenos, grown by the community, friends, and us to see what strains deserve the title Lord of the Lemons. We had a ton of fun growing along with all of you in the community and those who participated in the Lord of the Lemons.
We cannot wait to share the results with all of you soon when we finish that video, so stay tuned. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you never miss out. We had so much fun seeing everyone's results in the Discord along with our own results. It was a great way to try new strains and see how they really grew out. With so many different grow styles, methods, and results, it was a fun experience. I love seeing how everyone's plants grew out compared to ours, the similarities, differences, and the results.
That's one thing we really love about these community grows, seeing the overall results of everyone's grows and what's fire and maybe what's not worth your time. Growing together, sharing progress, methods, issues, and results. As a community growing together, we find those standout strains and breeders, and we get to experience them together as we grow along around the world. Which brings us to what's currently growing on in our tents, Battle of the Breeders. Breeders voted on by you, the community, with strains selected by the breeders for us as a community to grow along head to head, to find out what strains and breeders are the cream of the crop and worth growing. With prizes and trophies for the best results in the community, it's definitely an exciting grow where everyone gets to join in, pick a strain, or enter your own for a chance to win some dope prizes and bragging rights.
If you want more info on Battle of the Breeders that's currently underway, or if you want to make sure you get in on the next battle, make sure to check out the link to the Discord in the video description below.
Since we are limited to 12 plants here in Michigan, we had to pick what strains we wanted to grow for the battle. We let our Patreons vote on 8 battle strains they wanted to see us grow the most. So we do got a great strain selection lined up there already, guys. You guys can see on the table. They're all gonna be bangers, I bet. We saved 4 spots for autos since we still love growing them, and we wanted to try a few new autos from Fast Buds and Mephisto Genetics.
The strains that won that vote are Gorilla Cookies Fast Flower.
Hey guys, it's me, Sebastian Good from Fast Buds, and we are going to enter the Battle of the Breeders with our Gorilla Cookies FF. That is a fast flowering variety which not only flowers super fast, but she's also super rich in terpenes and has tons of frost.
We had an amazing grow with our first run of fast flowers from Fast Buds. If you missed it, make sure to check out the Seed to Harvest Out Now, where we grew the Tropicana cookies and the GG4 sherbet. Go watch that video and drop a comment on which one you think turned out better.
And the new strain by Elevate, Baby Yoda crossed with Nerds Rope.
Every single one of them were just blown away. They said it was the best one in their garden. Just about every single one.
Now officially named Jedi Juice as part of the community Name That Strain contest. Matt from Elevate jumped on a live with us, Homegrow TV, and gave us some insights on this new strain. If you want to know more, definitely go check out that live stream out now on the channel.
Also, Cali Octane by Humboldt Seed Company. Here's what Ben from Humboldt had to say about it.
One of my favorite is the California Octane. It's a cross of the I369 papaya and our Dream Queen. Came out super gassy, nice light purple flaking throughout. Yeah, it's a real crowd pleaser. When you put your head in the bag, it almost makes your eyes water and your nose run.
Mimosa Orange Punch by Barney's Farm. We have heard from a lot of you in the community that have grown this one out and had great results, and our friend Jay from Hyperactive High said he grew it out and absolutely loved it. So that's got us really excited for this one.
You can expect some really punchy citrus terps that are they're loud.
Banana Biscotti by Seedsman, which we saw results from our Grow Me Northern Scrogger, and we just had to try this one for ourselves.
Straw School Season 3, Episode 1. I'm going to be running Seedsman Genetics.
So far, it's been impressive, but more on that later. Also, Ben & Gary's by Exotic Genetics. Our first Exotic Genetics plant we had grown was part of the Lord of the Lemons grow and called Lemon Bang Bang. It ended up being an absolute banger. From trichrome production to terps, we were both really impressed.
The Scrooge from Compound Genetics, a cross of Joker's 31 and the menthol, it's said to be straight gas and one of the most gas-forward strains in their collection, with many phenols also retaining a slight sweetness. With high yields and tight internodal spacing, it sounds like a banger. And in the Battle of Breeders, there's also an Enter Your Own strain.
Any breeder, any cultivar that you want. Maybe it's something you already have. Maybe it's something you want to get. Completely up to you. Allowing you to show the rest of the community what they're missing out on.
We chose to run Cinderella 99 from Brothers Grimm Seeds, sent to us by our friend Nodos. We wanted to grow this one out after meeting Mr. Soul at the American Auto Flower Cup early in the year, where we were all judges.
We also voted on some autos, and the patrons decided on Mephisto's Ravenberry and Fastbud's Sour Jealousy. You can find all those strains we are growing for Battle of the Breeders and more at Seedsman's website, the official sponsor of the battle. With worldwide shipping, they're making it all possible as a trusted source for genetics wherever you're growing. Use code Highigan to save 10% on any order.
So with all the strains chosen, it was time to get popping them beans. This was our second go with the Cannakan germination system. It worked so well last time, we had to give it another try. We both like that it's easy to use and reusable, no more paper towels and plastic bags. I don't think we'll ever go back to our old method. Just add water, place in the beans, and put them on the heat mat, and in most cases, we see tap roots in less than 2 days. We potted them up in bud trainer cups that Norma G sent us. Thanks again, G, we really appreciate it. And after a few short days, they all started popping up.
Our Ben & Gary's and Cinderella 99, along with the Ravenberry, had some issues at the start.
We put this in on 7-1, guys, and that's how big it is after an entire month. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that's going good. So this is just, that's done.
Get her out of there. It's hard when you're limited on plants and can only pop one of each strain. Sometimes they just don't turn out and you get mutants.
For these that didn't make it, guys, we're just gonna do a repot, pot them up. So we're gonna redo these, Cinderella 99 from Brothers Grimm, Ben & Gary's from Exotic, and then our Mephisto Ravenberry. So I'm just gonna go direct to pot with all these. I'm not gonna can them this time. Just get them going as fast as we can.
So we ended up repopping those and hoping for better results. What do you do when you get a mutant in the grow? Throw it out or run it? Let us know in the comments below. So with all the plants filling out the cups, it was time to transplant them. For this run, we will be trying the Autopots system. We had great results with the Tray to Grow and the Lord of the Lemons run. I'm very impressed. If you guys are even remotely interested in them,
We're fitting 2 5-gallons in one Tray to Grow, which
I'm gonna tell you right
working
now,
great.
I've only used this for one run, and I will probably forever use it.
Forever.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I love this setup.
It works really dope.
It works so well. And knowing that we were going to be gone for 2 weeks during the grow, we needed an easy system to keep the plants watered while we were away.
That is because later this week, we'll be flying out to California and heading to the Emerald Triangle.
We're planning for the Emerald Triangle trip. Second day, we wake up early and make the whole trek into Mendocino,
the region of California that is prime for outdoor grown plants. We'll be touring some of the top farms in the area with Home Grow TV, Basement Grow Show, and Hyperactive Highs as we learn from the legends and see how they grow some of the best outdoor in the country. If you have any questions you want us to ask the growers and breeders in Cali about how they grow or what they're doing to their crops, make sure to drop a comment below and follow along. You can also submit questions on the AC Infinity Discord. They have a section for AMA for the Emerald Legend strip. You can drop your comments there and we'll try and ask your questions directly to the breeders that you want us to talk to.
Make sure to keep an eye on AC Infinity's YouTube channel, where we'll be trying to go live with everyone while we're on the trip, and also follow along on everyone's socials for live updates.
We decided Autopots were the best option for us, and we have seen and heard people in the community getting great results with them. And we had a great experience with the Tray to Grow system in our Lord of the Lemons run. Since they are gravity fed and require no special pumps, timers, or power, it seemed like the perfect option to cover the plants while we were gone. Just make sure the reservoir is full and the system keeps the plants watered as they drink. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll have a full video covering the setup and functions of the Autopots system coming up soon. We'll be trying the system in a few different methods this grow.
In tent 1, we'll have autos growing in 60% cocoa and 40% perlite mix that was recommended by Autopots. We'll be feeding these plants Floraflex.
Tent number 2 will be running Autopots with organic soil, and we'll be feeding compost teas and dry amendments along the way.
In tent 3, we'll be running the old water system with the flex and cocoa and the Tray to Grow system with 5-gallon fabric pots running organically.
And with this setup, that should keep everything covered over the time we're gone. With everything transplanted into the new setup, we continue to hand water at the beginning. I'm sure all these babies will bounce back in a few days. I'm excited to get them rocking on the Autopots. Flip that baby on. That'll be a fun day. And then also turn the air on when that's time. So at 4 power, we're at about right around 260. Since Autopots are bottom watering, you want to make sure that your plant has an established root system before turning on the water. Probably maybe by next live or the live after next week, maybe we'll turn on the system, just depending on how they bounce back, how they're looking. But we just want to get the roots established into those pots a little bit. Let them spread out, let the plants recover.
Yeah.
Get them ready.
Love that. All right.
So for now, until they're acclimated to the new pots and grow a little more, we will continue with the hand watering. So as you can see, everybody's starting to perk back up really well after the transplant and the gross negligence in watering. They're doing better. But I mean, that's one nice thing about the photos is that you can have that second chance. You can veg longer to try and bring them back. So that's where these ones are all coming along pretty good. As soon as those other ones that we repopped, the Cinderella 99, the Ben & Gary's exotic, as soon as those are ready, they're gonna go in here in the Tray to Grow. These are 5-gallon pots with organic dry amendments. Everything should be good for completely self-watering to cover for 2 weeks, to cover for the upcoming trip.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good.
Really excited about the Jedi juice, only because out of all the seedlings, as a seedling, it was the most vigorous one. So I'm pretty excited about that one.
But they're all looking good. They're definitely bouncing back since we transplanted, so I'm sure they'll continue. Probably this week also, I'll be starting this Flex auto watering system and just start it going. Start to monitor the drybacks and see what we're getting. And I have a feeling with this perlite this time, it's gonna be money. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited for
issues.
this one. Yeah, these are gonna probably be some monsters, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we got 2 girls, 1 pot back there.
2 girls, 1 pot.
They're doing pretty good, actually.
That's the Sour Jealousy, guys. Those are from Fast Buds. We repopped a Ravenberry because I really want to have them go good. So these 2 over here, we're going to be running Autopots we're going to be running Floraflex with these, and these are both going to be autos here. So once the roots get established, we'll have to maybe wait a little bit for this one to catch up, but then we'll be able to turn the system on. It's been going good. We haven't turned on these Autopot systems yet, so I've just been hand watering them. I'm kind of waiting for this one to at least get up to like maybe 4 or 5 nodes before I flip it on. But 2 girls, 1 pot, the dual Fast Buds Sour Jealousy, those are both coming along good. I did put a little bud trainer clip. I just trying to train them out away from each other. Look at that one, it busted right out. They're looking great. I'm just been stealing a cup of the Floraflex and dumping it in there every couple days. But yeah, I was doing good. They were getting a little bit yellow because I was just putting water in. I was like, well, it's just all cocoa, so there's not really any newts. In between then and the next update, we put it in our Scrog net. Not really to scrog the plants out in the middle tent, but just to keep them under control and give some support to the branches to keep everything from donking over. So that was pretty easy to assemble. If you guys are interested or want me to make a video on how we did that with a little more detail, definitely comment below and let me know.
This one, I was in here a little early today, just doing a little bit of leaf tucking and just some things, and I just wanted because we did turn the system on.
Yeah, the Autopots are auto-potting.
They look pretty good right now. I'm actually thinking about maybe this next week, maybe before the next live, I will stir a tea, so the next time I'm with you guys, we can feed them for their first time. This one I did put a bud drainer on, and I came the next day, and it was completely snapped.
Busted.
And I was like, oh, well, she's topped now.
R.I.P. So out of all of them in here, that's the only one that's been topped. And honestly, maybe we should do these other ones so
Look
they don't
at her. She actually, it's like
so they
she
don't
wanted
outgrow
it.
This one's the Mimosa Orange Punch. Banana Biscottis right here. Back there, the Scrooge Compound. Also got a bud trainer clip. Looks like, oh no, she bent over. So Scrooge is looking great.
Yeah, actually, I just bent her over earlier today. Like, right after the lights turned on today.
This Humboldt Cali Octane is looking well too. Really even canopy, looking super happy and healthy. Here are the flexors.
Yeah, these ones are doing amazing as well.
Yeah.
Well, when did you turn this one on?
Monday or Sunday or Monday. I mixed up the first batch of water and I started feeding it. And I've been watching the drybacks, and right now it's just watering. It's doing it every other day water because I can feel these babies and they feeling pretty heavy. And I noticed some of the leaves were getting a little puffy, like maybe some overwatering action. So I dialed the watering back, but they're looking super happy. I feel like about a 35-second water shot is definitely getting run off, so it's carrying stuff out, and then I'm just doing every other day right now. The Baby Yoda Nurture of the Jedi Juice.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Some bud trainers on these ones as well. Just kind of bending them out, making them grow sideways a little bit, so hopefully we can keep those branches coming up, getting even.
You should tuck those leaves, yeah.
Some of that.
Just get rid of them. Just get
take that leaf off. It was a blocker.
I love that. Do it all. Take all those big ones, covering all the stuff.
And the Cinderella 99 is looking amazing as well. From Brother Grimm. So
yeah, look at those. Don't they look way better than the other ones did? So I'm really happy we repotted
those. Other ones were mutants, but we just replanted them. I don't think it was the soil or anything. It just must have been the genetic lottery, and we got 2 freak shows. Because I planted them right back into the same cup with the exact same soil. I didn't even change anything. I just stuffed them right in there. This one looks like she's getting a little spicy newts. Got some slightly neon tips.
Yeah, a little bit.
She looks
better than she did the other day, though.
Hitting her hard. These both got some really good yellowing on it, and actually you can see on the bottom, got the yellow spots. That was all from. I wasn't hitting them yet with the flex, so they weren't really getting any newts, especially just the cocoa perlite mix. So once I started hitting them with the flex, they just started boom, going to town. And then this side is going to be on the tray to grow, which we used on the last run with the Lord of Lemons. That worked out awesome from the Autopot. So we got a little reservoir right here, which is going to water. We'll just turn it on and then just soaks it up through the fabric pot. So just a different style of Autopot, but worked really good for the last run. So with the Autopot systems on and the Floraflex plants starting to be fed by the automated watering system, I started to consult the pulse to check on how things were going inside the pots in terms of EC and water content. If you guys remember the last grow, we had some issues with the pure cocoa run, so this time we tried mixing it up with a perlite to see how it helped. It's a nice thing with the Pulse, a free little days tracker we told you about before, guys, but everything's going good. The flexors been going good. I've just been watching the drybacks and stuff like that. With the more airy, adding the perlite to it has really helped with the cocoa. So I'm just watching the drybacks.
I think so too. They're growing like bees.
Yeah.
There was a couple days, maybe last week, that they were kind of yellowing, and they just.
Well, that was when I was hand watering. So.
Right. So then he turned on the system, and the very next day, you guys, they literally looked so much bigger, so much healthier. They were praying towards the light, like.
Yeah. So the little bluer line there is the water content. This is when I was just hand watering, just whenever I could remember. So it's a little sporadic, but this is where I turned on the auto watering system, and it definitely drenches the whole pot a lot more. So they just started exploding. Newts were going good. It was just getting that yellowing at the bottom, just typical newt deficiency sign. But once I kicked it on, boom. So I'm excited to get those auto flowers going in the flex and just turn it on. I'm just waiting for the Mephisto to get a little bit bigger. The Pulse Hub and Pro are going to be invaluable tools while we're gone in California for 2 weeks, not only to keep an eye on the moisture content and EC in the pots, but also the drybacks and the EC and pH levels inside the feeding reservoir so we can see if anything is getting out of control. One thing I thought was interesting is that because the auto pots do not top water, it's all bottom watering based on how much the plant is drinking. It was interesting to see just what that moisture content is inside the pot as the plant drinks on its own and what the EC is. But more valuable to me is the pH and EC inside the feeding reservoir that feeds the Autopot system to keep an eye on that. In comparison to the old watering system, which uses pumps to top water, it's very easy to see when the system waters, how much it dries back, if a watering is missed, and what the EC levels are of the water that's being fed. It'll give us that peace of mind to keep an eye on things back home while we're out in the field for 2 weeks. 10-1, all right, let's do it.
That way we could just like kind of get it out there.
2 girls, 1 pot are already starting to show signs of flowering.
I kind of love them though, they're kind of cute.
I don't know if that was because I've been hand watering and maybe I haven't been great, and it is just, there's not really much newts. So we're turning the system on either way. So I already mixed up the stuff. Got the little valve and just turn it so the tip of the drop is pointing with the line. And then it should start. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there we go. So they're both getting their first real flex. And hopefully our Ravenberry leaps and bounds better than the last one we did. Those babies filled up pretty quickly, and then they just stop themselves and plant drinks it down, refills itself, you guys know. So
they're cool.
I think with a flex, it's gonna be just my favorite way of growing.
Okay, just note how big those 2 girls, 1 pot is right now because they are going into flower. Are these veg?
I know, there is just a little bit, yeah. It's veg. It's gonna have to because Ravenberry.
Well,
because Ravenberry.
Well, I mean, see, that is like the reason why maybe they should have different reservoirs. I mean, autos are autos.
Ideally, we didn't start with an ideal situation with starting that one, having to restart that one, and those were already underway. We're going on a journey.
We're gonna go on a field trip today, guys.
Into the next room.
Oh, Kitty's here.
There's Mando. He's like, "What's up, guys?"
It was like a clump about that big.
She's a bubbly brew. It also made the room smell like turds, kind of. Look at this guy.
But it looks like a tea.
Heaven did a mix of the veg Roots Organic Terp Tea and the Bloom. So, just giving you some stats: 711 on the veg, 374 on the Bloom. And it recommends anywhere, as said, from a teaspoon to a tablespoon per gallon.
Per gallon, yes.
So we did a roughly 2.5 gallons of compost tea, and then you said you did 1.5 tablespoons of the veg.
Yes.
And then 1/2 tablespoon of the Bloom.
Yes.
And a random clump of recharge.
I just tried to put a sprinkle in, and then a clump kind of fell out.
So here we go, tent number 2. Ain't nothing but a photo party. So everybody's blowing up. I would definitely say biggest shower right now. We just, look at the size of that fan leaf, man. Banana biscotti, guys. Holy crud.
I know it. And this is what I'm talking about, like by taking a bunch of stuff off and doing some things in here, because like they already need
just massive, super massive fan leaves. So we've been running the system for like a week with the air and everything, and just turned it off on Tuesday to let them dry out. So if we look in here, these should all be empty. Oh yeah, so they're good to go. No water in there. So that means they drank it down, so they're probably a little thirsty.
Oh my god, I needed.
So we're gonna hit them with the compost tea.
They need some pruning. Yeah, we're coming in here this weekend and spending some time in here.
Right, so banana biscotti up front left here. We got mimosa orange punch from Barney's Farm. Banana biscotti is a Seedsman strain. That's one of their own strains.
Look at banana biscotti just being like, hey girl.
Oh yeah, she's beast. She's the first one to touch the net too by a couple inches. Cali Octane back there looking super healthy, even. Canopy, squat.
Mimosa orange punch probably would have hit the net as well, but
topped itself.
Yeah.
We put a bud trainer clip on it and came back the next day and it was snapped.
These look so much bigger from just when we turned on the, or actually turned it off. Like maybe the roots are kind of.
Probably, yeah, exactly. When you let it dry out, that forces the roots to grow in search of water. So they're gonna root out, they're gonna go crazy.
Well, they're gonna love that.
Compost Tea, she's been brewing since yesterday, so she's aerated, charged with all kinds of microbes and things. And we're just hitting it. And so what we'll do is we'll water with these and then let it go for a day or two. And when we feel like it's ready or dry enough to turn the system back on, all we gotta do is just open the valve and everything fills back up with water. We're not really doing like a tuck scrog, right? We're just doing more of like a support scrog.
I mean, yeah, at this point. But I do plan on taking quite a bit of the bottom stuff out.
Exotic Ben and Gary's looking great, looking way healthy. Also Cinderella 99 that we had to restart, also looking great. Not mutants like we had. So I don't know, I think that was just a fluke because I potted it right back into the same solo cup soil that the mutants were in. I literally just ripped those plants out and jammed a bean in and they populated. So I don't think it was anything necessarily that we did. They just coming out. So here's the flexers. Up front we got Jedi Juice. Monster.
Look at her. Like these need to be flowering.
And I even trained, like look at that little Humpty Hump in there, guys. You see the little Humpty. I put some bud trainer clips on. I was just kind of like bending it around, trying to make it a little shorter so it was kind of even.
We got the yo-yos for this tent too.
We do got the yo-yos now, thanks to NoDoz. So if we get some donkers, we'll be able to hold them branches up great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So pumped about this. But these are running on the classic setup, guys.
Sorry, that's right behind you.
And I did this time, like we had talked about in the previous grows, perlite with cocoa to make it more airy. Definitely getting larger drybacks, around 18 to 16% at least in these early runs. So Jedi Juice looks like she's taking it like a champ. However, Fast Flower, Gorilla Cookies looks like it might be a little too much. So I think I'm gonna follow kind of your idea there, NoDoz, and I'm gonna cut down the flex that I'm feeding like in half. Because right now I'm doing like, I want to say 3.5 grams per gallon. So it's a spicy mix. It's the medium strength set for Floraflex, and it definitely looks like it's a little much. We got some tips going on, but I don't think it's anything detrimental. So that just means next time I mix up the reservoir, I'll do probably half of what I was doing. And I think, honestly, I think they'll be fine. So this whole setup has been working pretty good. It's just more complex with pumps and return pumps. It's a little more, it's not as nice as the Autopots for sure, because there's a lot of failure points. So everybody's good, and we're probably gonna have to flip this tent soon because they're getting pretty big. So we might have to move these into what? Like we could throw them in the auto tent right now. We got the space.
Yeah, I think that these need to go into flour.
Right? Yeah, I agree. These are getting pretty beefy. So we'll probably do a defold, let them bounce back, and then flip them. Look at how much that frickin' auto has exploded since last week, almost to the light.
Wow.
That's insane. Like if you go back and look at the last one.
What's going on here?
And where we were at, it's just exploded. And I turned the flex on, so we're feeding the flex now. And this one is like, you know, just starting to pop pistol hairs, you know, do its little flower thing. And these are the Sour Jealousy Fast Buds. So they're just starting to do their thing, but just explosive. And the other one behind it really hasn't. It's staying pretty stout. So I don't know, maybe one just overshot the other, but I guess we'll see. Here's our clone party. Some of them looking a little sad.
Yeah, they don't look very happy. I don't see any yet.
Yeah, nothing
I mean, they're
yet.
not dying yet, so that's
I mean,
a
yeah,
good
they're
sign,
staying
right?
alive. They're staying alive, you know? So there's our clones. They're coming along. And Ravenberry Part 2, just looking amazing. Honestly,
yeah, she looks so good.
She's going
right now.
good. She's also in the flex, turned on the Autopots. So everybody's going. Haven't turned the air on yet, but you know what? Probably can right now. Actually, I'm just gonna. I set up these on the little AC
Can I
gear
tuck
board.
this for you?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna plug it in. I put a little power. It is kind of nice for the power strips. I put some power strips up there, and then it just keeps it a little cleaner. You can see I ran the wires behind, but I got the pumps for the Autopots that will go in here, and then I could just, I got it on a little dial, so I can just set up with the air and then just dial in. So it's gonna be set up for a two pot. So one will control these two, and then when we start our other two, which will be where these pots are, they'll have their own. So that way we can stagger them and control the air independently.
Look how pretty she is.
Yeah.
That's a pretty plant.
Yeah, it's going great. I think that Ravenberry, we're starting early with the flex. I think it's going to explode and hopefully end up being a big one. But I can't believe just how much sour jealousy shot up. Like, look at that.
I know it. It's insane.
She just beasted out, shot right up. So everybody in here is coming along great, and I'm just really loving the flex. I'm still on my very first mix of 5 gallons of water or 10 gallons or whatever I mixed up in there. So I haven't had to make any water or do anything this whole time. We moved in these ones in here because we could tell they're definitely behind, but we want to get the other tents flipped into flower. So Cinderella 99 up here just looking gorge.
I know, isn't she pretty?
The Noto special, thanks again fam. Just looking gorge, off to a great start. And then also with Ben and Gary's, because these are the two we just had those weird just genetic mutation ones. So we wanted to redo to get a good go at them. So these ones, I imagine we'll be moving these in to start flower probably right when we leave. You know what I mean?
Probably.
But they'll be fine, because I mean it takes 2 weeks before you even see anything happening, I feel like, with photos.
That's fine.
Right? It's like 2 weeks and you're like, did you see a pistil hair yet? Can you tell?
I don't know, but they're both pretty. That one has
Otto's
really
just over
wide
here like
leaves.
kaboom.
The Ben & Gary's has really wide leaves.
She's got some fat wide leaves,
like,
huh?
I was tucking her earlier, but like if you see, her leaves are really, really wide, and these ones are like really out here and really small.
They got sharp ridges, really sharp
It's just
ridges.
I always just like find it interesting the differences in the plants.
Right? You're doing some leaf tuck method? My baby's getting on the tuck, huh?
Well, I was gonna put some stakes in, but I'm gonna wait. I was gonna wait a little bit.
But they're looking good, everybody. So hopefully our clones make it. And we're gonna get those clones going. We're gonna actually give those to a friend of ours. He's gonna start running them. So we'll be able to get cuts back if we want. Boom. We getting up here, lifting the net.
Look at it. I've been tucking these ones as much as I can until we flower at least.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably take out some of the fan leaves right after we flip. But I was just trying to keep it under the net until we flower.
Yeah, they're all reaching and going for it.
Look at them. Don't they look so good?
Yeah, everybody. The only one who's not up there is the Cali Octane.
Yeah.
But everything has just been rocking so hard on the Autopot setup. Like, I'm so sold. I kind of wish all these were running flex too. I bet they would just be. We can try that next run. I really want to try a 4-pot flexer, but man, everybody's going great. I love it.
I think they all look beautiful. I'm pretty happy with these. I'm gonna have to take a lot of these fan leaves off. because they're just covering a lot of bud sites. But I did come in and take a lot of the bottom of it out this week, just to keep them under control, I guess.
This is the one that got topped on its own, basically, when we did a bud trainer clip.
I think it did it well, though. Look at her.
Yeah, we did a bud trainer clip, came back the next day, and it was just broken half on its own. So that's kind of a bummer. It is like not where you'd want to top it. Like,
no.
I think if anything, our saving grace will probably be just the canopy and the net holding so much of that weight. Hopefully it doesn't split the stalk.
Exactly.
But if it was unsupported, there's a good high probability that it would split right down the middle, just from the weight of the plant. So Kevin did come in here and do a great job of just cleaning up underneath, cutting out junk stuff. And is that one? That one's top too? Or no, you just bent it over.
No, I just bent that one a couple times.
Oh yeah, that one got a successful bud trainer clip. You can tell from that 90-degree elbow. Kelly Octane looking great.
I put it on here a couple times.
Yeah, you can definitely see some in here. They got some bonsai
over
going
here. I should have just like filled the whole plant with it. It would have been kind of cool.
Right. As the things grow up and stretch, we're just gonna feed them through, and each one's gonna get like a 2-foot square basically, and then we're just gonna let it go up. We're not gonna try and keep it all under the canopy like an official Scrog. We're just using it more for support, and so we can kind of just really maximize space with branches and just getting everything filled out. But yeah, everything's been going pretty good. Lights are the same. We're at 7. And actually, Joe asked me something. He wanted to figure out the height, or like 18 inches, like what is the par level on the Evo 8. And at 7, you're looking at around, it was like 800, 850 par, 18 inches from. So we're probably getting more in like the, I would say 600, probably range 600 to 550, maybe 700. But it's, it's up there, pretty good height from the canopy, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Excited for these, all of them. Jedi Juice just is a freaking tree.
She's
now.
a monster.
It's literally taller than my waist right now, so it's definitely over 3 feet. And that's with, you can see you see that big old curve in there? That's the bud trainer curvature. So I did do some bud trainers. I was trying to keep it a little shorter, but she just keep shooting up. Maybe we just give her one of these. Give her one of these and put a bud trainer on it. But yeah, and back there still showing tips is the Gorilla Cookies. Almost the same height now that I bent that thing down. But geez, just another monster plant with the flex. The mix must be a little rough for it. I haven't mixed up any other water since then, so it's still the same. And honestly, it's probably a little EC high right now, just because it's been feeding and it gets lower and lower. So I did just add a little bit of water tonight to the reservoir, just regular tap water, and that will bring the pH up and bring the EC down. So it should be good, honestly. What I'll do is I'll probably wait till it gets just a little bit lower on the water and then start to mix up the first bloom feeding. So tonight we're gonna flip them all into 12-12 schedule. I'm thinking 10 to 10. What do you think?
I have been training this one out and these two out, like my normal classic with the stakes. And I have been like trimming some of the bigger leaves that are covering up some of the stuff, and I've been tucking here and there.
The Ravenberry's looking great though. I think it's off to a good start. Turn the system on, and she's been vegging out. Although I did start feeding bloom feed just because this one's going beast mode. So I've just been running with it.
Yeah, she's something. That is a plant. It's 2 girls, 1 pot, and one was like, nope, my pot.
Right. little bit of new issues, but maybe I should. I tried to dial it back for the autos. Maybe I went too low. Maybe I should just go back to what I was doing before, or maybe the autos just eat a little different than the photos.
So loving the Autopot system so far. It's stretched quite a bit since I was in here last, actually.
Yeah,
so,
it really has.
I'm not trying to super scrog it, but I do want to kind of keep this canopy down.
Yeah, they've been banging in the Autopots though, guys. These are our organic running ones, and it's just been going amazing. Like we did that turf tea you guys saw. That's all we really fed. We did have a little bit of gnats cropping up, and I think and I think that's because we turned the system off. We fed the tea, but I think the system we turned on too soon, so it kind of oversaturated. We saw some gnats come in, but we turned the system back off, waited for it to dry out a little bit more, turn it back on. Everybody's exploding.
Everybody is exploding.
Except Humble is just staying squat back there. Kelly Octane.
Yeah.
Not much of a stretcher.
She's not a stretcher at all. All these, you can see they've got their initial stretch. These were not like this. So just in the first 7 days, all 3 of these had a really good stretch. And I've been kind of playing with them the whole time, so you could imagine how big they'd be if I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, we're just using the Scrog net more or less just to hold the plants up. We're just letting them grow through. We're not really, I guess, going too intense, are you? What do you do? Just doing some tucks?
I'm just doing some tucks because, like, I don't know. I just feel like there are some of these things that could grow up a little bit during this initial stretch. Once they stop stretching, I think that's when I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they're still stretching, all these little babies down here could possibly stretch up, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
And each plant has like a 2x2 space, so we just kind of weaving it out wherever there's room for a branch, which there's quite a bit. Just jam it down. But that should make for a real even canopy, you know?
I just think overall, I'm really loving the system. I'm really loving the ease of the feed. I'm gonna plan on doing one feed probably in between this live and the next. And then making sure they're nice and watered right before we leave. So yeah, I'm happy with this so far. Let's see how they flower out. I'm excited that like this next week is gonna be the last probably of the initial stretch, and then they're gonna start showing signs of flowering right before we leave. So hopefully when we come back, we'll be coming home to a little baby nugs.
Yeah. Banana biscottis.
That
going
one
hand, too.
I've been tucking for.
This was the first one to hit the top.
Yeah, I've been tucking that one for a while. So she just wants to go straight up, no matter how much I tuck her.
She's vigorous. So that's kind of the plan with this one, but we're definitely into the flower and the stretching. So hopefully we get some signs of something before we leave. So, because otherwise, might be coming back to a bunch of fucking seeded out plants if we get any surprises.
So these ones are also in flower, but Neil's been using Floraflex on these ones, and we'll be moving the two, the Cinderella 99 and the Ben Gary's in the fabric pots in here, hopefully next week. And I will also be feeding them their bloom newts as well.
What do you know? Flex be flexing. Jedi juice is just a freaking monster.
You could use a lot of this gone.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's the fast flower back there, Gorilla Cookies, Fast Buds. That one did, I think I was feeding them the medium strength, and maybe it was a little too much for that particular pheno, because Jedi juice didn't seem to have any kind of issues like that, and they're getting the same water. So I think it'll be all right though. Like, it hasn't gotten any worse, so it looks like it's doing fine. So fast flower, if it's anything like the ones we did last time, I'm freaking excited for those.
Yeah, hopefully we'll just have some flower to trim as soon as we get home.
So what we'll probably do is the Cindy 99 and the exotic, we'll just chuck them in the trays here right before we go, turn it on, give them a new mix up, send them on their way. Come back to hopefully a tent full of nugs. take out some of these inner ones blocking all the light. There's a lot going on in there. There still is.
There still is, but it's better than it just was. It was driving me crazy.
And this is where we'll leave them. 2 weeks into flower, and it looks like all the plants are showing signs of flower. We hope with the Autopots and our monitoring systems in place, we'll be able to keep tabs on things while we're gone and come home to happy, healthy flowers after the trip.
So as we get ready to embark on this epic adventure and leave the plants behind, make sure to follow our new Instagram page to follow us along on this trip, along with Homegrow TV, Basement Grow Show, Hyperactive Highs, and AC Infinity.
We are so excited to go on this adventure as new home growers, learning from some of the best outdoor growers there is. Hunting new strains, having fun, and bringing you all along on the journey into the Emerald Triangle. You can also join our Patreon for weekly live streams.
So hi right now, where am I?
And behind the scenes content.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you in the next one.